From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Well, you may have been hearing about some changes in our overall weather pattern as we take you over the next couple of days. Today, we're going to begin to see some of those changes and feel it a little bit. Clouds will be on the increase. Temperatures not quite as warm as they were yesterday, but another beautiful fall dry day. But later this evening into tonight, things start to change. Wet weather in the forecast, snow in the higher elevations, and not to mention some much cooler weather here. So could we be talking about snow in some of the higher elevations? It's not out of the question. Places like Alturas, maybe as low as Mount Shasta City, but one thing we have to keep in mind when I say this, it's not going to be a lot, and the accumulation is not going to be that high either if we even get to that point. But cooler the rest of the week, but overall, not much rain or snow for that matter in the long range. All right, so you can kind of see what's going on here. See these clouds off to our north? Those will be moving in later this afternoon. We've got colder air up to our north. That's going to be the source for the colder air for some of that lower elevation snow. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast. Here we are seeing those clouds pushing on in through the afternoon. Now, by about 6 p.m. today, we're beginning to see some of that rain in Siskiyou and parts of Del Norte County. Then it will push southward as we go into tonight. But notice it's not very strong. The valley, for the most part, staying dry. Most of it off to the north and off to the east and northeast of the valley. Now we're going to take you to about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Notice we got a little pocket of rain down to the south, nothing that heavy. We could see during this time frame, by the way, a passing sprinkler or light shower in the valley, but nothing significant. What we're beginning to see more now, as you can see 8 a.m. on Wednesday, beginning to see a little bit of snow, but starting off fairly high, probably around 6,000 feet. Now we're going to take you to around noon on Wednesday. You see how the heavier rainfall is down to the south. We've got cold and unstable air in place on Wednesday. This is going to be the instability that we need for showers to develop and, of course, some of the snow as well. In fact, you can kind of see things begin to kind of ramp up a little bit in the precipitation department as we go late in the day Wednesday. And notice it's ramping up in the snow department even more so. So here you can see all of the snow right here. Now, at this point, I'm going to average out the snow levels for all of Northern California at around 4,000 feet. Locally lower in some places, locally higher. So, Mount Shasta, maybe some snowflakes. Wairika, Alturas, a very good possibility, especially at your higher elevation. And, of course, some of the eastern mountains as well. So, let's take you into Wednesday night, into Thursday morning. Now it's gone. And in fact, we take you through Thursday afternoon, dry. Friday, Saturday, Sunday looking dry as well. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the rainfall totals first and foremost. Now you can see nothing is being estimated for the valley. And we very well may make it through this without seeing a drop of rain in the valley. However, I'm going to keep that chance for some sprinkles, light showers in the valley through Wednesday. But you can see the bulk of it will mainly be in the higher elevations and along the coast. Now let's take a look at that snow for the first time this season. Look at this. We're beginning to see some indication that places like Mount Shasta, Alturas, Chester, Quincy, all could be looking at the potential for a little bit of snow out there. Now, I don't anticipate this to be a problem for roadways. I think the roads may be too warm for the accumulation. And on top of that, the snow won't be really heavy. A lot of times the snow has got to be pretty heavy before it starts accumulating on the roadways this early in the season. And since it won't be that heavy, it'll probably melt on the roadways. But that being said, things could start getting slick, especially over some of those higher elevations. So yeah, something we'll be monitoring very closely tonight and into tomorrow. So let's take a look at Futurecast extended Friday, Saturday. You may have been seeing in some of the forecasts the potential for some rain this weekend. I honestly don't see it happening. And in fact, after tomorrow, our next chance for rain at this point does not look like it'll be here until about next Wednesday. So a week from tomorrow. So I'm just not seeing much in the way of rain as we get past Wednesday. Your wave heights looks like they're going to stay anywhere from 6 to 7 feet here. And in fact, you look up to the north and west, we're beginning to see some indication that they may start to get a little bit higher. Here's a look at your forecast for today. Again, not as warm as it was yesterday. Clouds will be on the increase throughout this afternoon, but staying dry. It's not until tonight and into tomorrow that we see the potential for that wet weather. All right, so here's your 7-day outlook. And look at this. I'm beginning to include some snow levels in there for the mountains. And as I've mentioned, I'm keeping the average around 4,000 feet. Mount Shasta City, not out of the question for you to see some snowflakes. El Turris, I think you've got a better chance. You're at 4,500 feet. So yeah, you could see some snowflakes and maybe even some light accumulation. Susanville, you could see some snowflakes, maybe some light accumulation, especially as you go into Wednesday evening, Wednesday night. Now, for the valley, I've got you with a slight chance for some showers. Is it going to be a lot of rain? Absolutely not. Don't cancel outdoor plans. If you work outdoors, most likely you'll be able to make it through the day without seeing much in the way of any showers or even some light showers. Here's the coast. There it is on Wednesday. I've got snow levels even in Trinity County at about 4,000 feet. And then you'll notice I'm drying things out for Thursday. I'm going to keep it dry. I'm holding steady on that it will be dry through the rest of this week, through the weekend, and even into early next week.